Everyone, welcome to the channel and my name is Manish Tiwari. So in this particular video, we are going to talk about the Docker. We will understand the requirement of the Docker, why Docker came into the picture and what is the use case of Docker. How do we refer this to Docker keyword with like the technical terms like it is called as containerization tool, correct? So what is the meaning of containerization that we are going to understand and we will talk about the Docker in this particular video in detail. If you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe and watch out this video till the end. So we will first understand why Docker is required. Well, why can't you go directly with your source code? Why can't you deploy it on like your machine or on your EKS cluster, the Kubernetes cluster, correct? You require Docker to build such kind of package which can be utilized, which can be deployed anywhere. So for that, let's consider two scenarios which are here, and that scenario is mentioned over the screen. So the first scenario says that it works on my machine. So most of the time you might have heard while you are working that the same code base you are using, the same pipeline you are using, but it is working on your system, but it is not working on someone else's system, and you still get the such kind of Jira tickets that this is not working on my system, this is working on your system, correct? Those kind of version mismatch and everything. So what happens here? Just suppose that I have built an application using the Python, and I have utilized Python 3.9 version. And with the help of Python 3.9 version, I have developed complete application and it is working completely on my system. I have tested everything on the local system and everything is up and running. It's working fine. But I have asked you to run the same code base on your system, correct? I have just created a folder as well, and I have like created a zip folder and I have passed it to you. And you have just extracted that on your system, and now you are trying to run the same application. You run this Python app.py and it's not working on your system. It's throwing some error related to dependency or a different kind of errors. So it was working on my system perfectly. The same code base you are trying to run now and it is not working. So what can be the possible issues initially? There can be version mismatch. While I was developing the code, I was using Python 3.9. I was using some dependency which were already installed on my local system. While I have created the folder and I have passed it to you, you haven't installed the dependency which were required to run that application or the version as well, Python version. I had installed Python 3.9. You might be working on Python 3.12 or Python 3.7 version. So according to the different version of the Python itself, the programming language, there will be different kind of inbuilt functions within the Python, the inbuilt feature, the compilation and everything. Correct. So in that way, what will happen? It will work on my system. It won't work on system. So what is the missing thing here? That we both are not on the common platform. Like we are not using the same thing like the Python version, the dependency, each and everything. So you need to have that kind of system where whatever the things I was utilizing to run that application, you should get as it is the same thing, the version, the dependency, each and everything. Now consider the second scenario as well. In your team itself, a new teammate has joined and that is development team, correct? So you have asked that new teammate to just clone the repo, install the dependency and run the application, the repo on which you were working, correct? And you have now assigned the same task to one of your fellow teammate, correct? So the teammate cloned the repo, he started or she started working on that system, and again the same error that there is some dependency related errors, the Python version is mismatching, and that kind of thing. So in this scenario, what you have to do, you have to create a kind of package, and that package you need to send to everyone. Like I have created package which covers everything, like which contains everything, the dependency, the Python version, the code, each and everything, whatever is required to run that application. I will create a package out of these things and I will just pass it to everyone, or I can store it somewhere at a central place, and from that place everyone can utilize. Like you have purchased something and you have kept it on the table, so whoever is there in the office, they can pick up that items and they can utilize, correct? So that kind of thing you can do. So Docker is the tool which helps to resolve this kind of issue what we were discussing till now. So with the help of Docker, we create image. And when I was referring to the package, this package in technical term is referred as image. That means you create a image out of all your source code, dependency, and whatever is required to run your application. And that package will be called as Docker image. And whenever you have to run this application, what you will do, there are certain commands of the Docker. With the help of those commands, you can run the Docker container. So now moving forward, we will be talking about like what can be the different issues. This problem is common because why this is a common problem, because different machines will be having different environments as well. Like just suppose that when I was running the software, I had installed the Linux AMI, correct? And on that Linux AMI, I had a different kind of AMI through which I launched the Linux server. The moment when I was going to launch a new, like you are going to launch a new server, you have utilized the different AMI of the same Linux system, or I was using some another version of the Linux, you are using the another version of the Linux. In that case also there are different operating system. So your application will not work in the similar way how it was working for me. So these kind of different dependency, these kind of different issues are there due to which your Docker came into the picture to resolve these kind of issues. And like you create the image what I told you, correct? So your Docker, why it is required? Docker standardize the environment by packaging your complete application, all dependency into a single unit called a container. So container, it will be called when it's running, correct? When your application is running, it will be referred as container. But till the moment when you have created a package out of all this source code, dependency, everything, it will be referred as image only, correct? So now it does not matter if you are on a Windows, Linux or Mac system, if you are a senior developer or new joiner, you have a same package and you have to utilize it, correct? You do not have to go for the dependency installment and each and everything. Or if you are deploying it on the different environments, staging, production, test, it will work wherever you will deploy this system, it will work for each and everyone because the dependency, the source code, everything is same. So now let's talk about what is Docker. Correct. So initially I talked about that Docker is called as containerization tool, or you can say it is a containerization platform. So it allow you to package application with all their dependency into a single unit called a container. Correct. Or you can say it's an image. When it will be running, it will be called as container, and before running, it will be always called as image. Correct. So Docker helps you to create an image out of all the source code dependency, each and everything. Correct. It is also called as lightweight, portable, and run consistently across environments. What does that mean? That means rather than utilizing the complete operating system of the system, like while you are cloning your repo on your local system or on your EC2 machine, it will utilize the complete operating system. If it's the Linux EC2 machine, it will utilize the complete operating system. But the moment when you are going with the container, it will not use the complete operating system of that server or that system. It is a kind of guest OS, like where it will be just utilizing, it will be having its own operating system on the top of that server, correct? So that way it will run. And it will also, so this way you can utilize the Docker, and you can create image out of that, and you can run your application using the help of image, correct? You can run the Docker command, and your application will start running. So when you think about the Docker, what it will look like? It will look like a shipping container which can package anything inside. Like when we talk about anything inside, that means you are going to package your source code, dependency, and each and everything, whatever we were talking till now. It can travel to any port, like just considering the analogy of this shipping container, it can travel to any port. That means it can be deployed on any of the server, any of the machine, and it will run. It works the same regardless of what like on which operating system you are going to run. Either you are going to run on the Linux or Windows, like different operating system, correct? It will run everywhere in the similar way. So this is what I wanted to talk about Docker in this particular video. Going forward in the second video of the Docker, we will be talking more. And till the time, thank you. Bye bye.